Episode 39, introducing the 4-Minute Crypto Show.
Interested in Bitcoin?
Bitcoin is a very vague concept to a lot of people.
Need to know more about cryptocurrency?
We're going to talk about the basics. This is something that people just have no idea about what crypto is.
How about buying, selling, and mining?
Tony, I think that's one of the things that's going to make us a little different from some other shows.
We're getting our hands dirty.
Then listen to Gary Leland and Tony Sakala, better known as the Crypto Cousins, on the Crypto Cousins podcast. This week's price.
This week's price in Bitcoin, $6,753. That's down $580, or 8% over the last 7 days. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome to the Crypto Cousins podcast. Gary Leland here.
And this is Tony Sakala.
And Tony, another wild ride week in crypto and Bitcoin, at least ways.
Oh, that's for sure. It is the wildest topic that you could possibly imagine. We've got all kinds of crazy things happening on Twitter. We have famous people supposedly getting involved with crypto and Bitcoin. And boy, the headlines are amazing.
Yeah, another down week in crypto. We did a crypto conversation this weekend. And for those who may not know what that is, Tony and I, sometimes when we're working over here in the mining farm, we stop and just sit down and record a podcast. And it's just a conversation we'll just have talking about crypto. And you can find those on our YouTube page at the youtube.com/cryptocousins. But we were over here talking about crypto Sunday, Tony. And we were talking about one of the things you and I talked about on that crypto conversation was the fact that, people try to diversify in crypto. And no matter what they buy, when Bitcoin goes down, everything goes down. When Bitcoin goes up, everything goes up. I mean, it's hard to diversify against Bitcoin.
Yeah, there's no such thing as diversification in the crypto space. All of them move pretty much in lockstep. I mean, some move a little more than others, but when you pull up your app and you look and see are things green or things red, I mean, you pretty much see the color is all the same.
Right. Well, one of the things reason I was bringing that up is I was listening to Travis and Joel's podcast, Bad Podcast. Bad Crypto. Yeah, sorry about that. Give them a shout out real quick. And they had Ronnie Moaz on, which we both like Ronnie. He's a great guy. We met him at the Super Conference. And Ronnie made a really good point that I had not thought of before. And this was a round way to get to that, I guess. I guess I got to jump right into it, but I'm not too quick at jumping in anything, I guess. But Ronnie made a good point that the currencies haven't gone down, basically, as I'm just rephrasing what he said. Things haven't gone down. Bitcoin's gone down, but he puts it kind of like the other currencies are all the same. And how can that be when they're all red, you ask? Ask that. How can that be?
Because relative to Bitcoin,
they're exactly the same relative to Bitcoin. Exactly. He says your coin might have gone down, but when you buy that coin, you don't buy it with cash. You can't buy. I mean, can you go to well, I guess you can, but there's a lot of coins you can't buy with cash. You have to buy like on Binance or somewhere with Bitcoin, right?
Absolutely. Well, I totally saw that in our statistics. We're mining some Zcash and we're mining different coins. And every month there's a certain number that we make in Zcash, and then it's converted also to Bitcoin. And I noticed that no matter what, we're making the same amount of Bitcoin.
Right. So that is Ronnie's point. All the other cryptos are worth the same thing because they're priced comparative to Bitcoin. Like it's a tenth of a Bitcoin for this one, or a half a Bitcoin, or a fourth of a Bitcoin. And there's still half a Bitcoin, fourth of a Bitcoin, tenth of a Bitcoin. But when you convert the dollar value, it's down. Because the Bitcoin dollar value is down. But comparative to Bitcoin, it's exactly the same thing. For the most part. I mean, not exactly, might be kind of hard, but it's relatively the price of other cryptos are the same in the comparison to Bitcoin. And that's why as Bitcoin goes up, their value goes up. They'll still be worth the same amount of Bitcoin, basically. They'll just be worth more money because Bitcoin's worth more money.
Fantastic. Well, I guess really then is when you say is crypto up or down, really one Bitcoin is always worth one Bitcoin. And that's one tweet that you see occasionally on Twitter. People are recognizing, it has the value. When you're concerned with how it compares against the dollar, really your focus of attention is, really in the wrong place. It's like, how is the dollar doing today? How is fiat currency doing? Fiat currency is, struggling, and how people maintain that illusion that it's not struggling is really what we're focused on in this space.
Exactly. So I found that to be an interesting point that I had never thought of that Ronnie pointed out. So I want to thank Ronnie Moat for pointing that out on that show there. I also want to announce that we're changing the format of the show. So mouse out right front, so in case someone doesn't listen to the whole thing, they won't wonder where Thursday's show's at. We had so many great people to interview, which we still do when this show started, that seemed like we were making our shows run overtime. And we did a second show to get all these interviews in. But now that we've started doing interviews, it seems that we're just like going, hey, we got to get together and interview. And we're like, we don't want to get to the point, not that we have been, but we don't want to get to the point that we're just like getting an interview just because Thursday's the interview show, just to fill up space. So I think that we've decided that Thursdays are going to be not a guaranteed date, but like a special show. Is that about what we decided, Tony?
Yeah, we were going to, knowing us, we're probably going to have a special show pretty regularly. But I think the idea is, look,
I think we'll have them on a regular basis, but we're just not guaranteeing the Thursday show.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. The idea that, look, we've had a lot of great speakers on, we've had Trace Mayer and, we've had just amazing people on Thursdays. So we want to swing back around and get their viewpoint again. And we want to get new people as well. But boy, I think that right now, just with our one show, we're doing great.
Yeah, I think we just, like I said, don't want to get to the point that we're going, gosh, we got to find someone to fill Thursday show because no one's responded yet.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to just do the Thursday show as a bonus show. So maybe the bonus show will be every week. Maybe it'll be once a month. But that's going to be a bonus show from now on because we do have this show we do every week. And then we have a daily show, which we're going to talk about today that I'm bringing out now, too. It's a CryptoCousins.com production, so we're giving you plenty of content there. So don't be surprised if you don't see a Thursday show. That's all I'm saying. Hey, let's just jump to a question real quick.
Yeah, we got a phone message. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's listen to this question from Cousin Ryan.
Hey guys, this is Ryan from Port Angeles, Washington. And my question is regarding the use of Bitcoin. The U.S. dollar is incentivized to be used because of inflation. You want to get rid of it. You want to buy stuff that has more value than the dollar will in the future. Right now, Bitcoin has been going up so much that people have no incentive to use it. And the value, with the expectation that the value is going to keep rising and rising and rising. If nobody's using it, it kind of defeats the purpose of investing in it. So I feel like you'd have to be crazy to be spending Bitcoin at this point, which leads me to the thought that you'd have to be crazy to be investing in Bitcoin because it's going to hit a plateau because at some point nobody's going to be spending it with the expectation that each coin is going to be worth $1 million. I was wondering if you could address that thought and tell me that it's going to be all right. Okay, thanks guys. Bye.
Okay, so he wants to know if he's crazy investing in Bitcoin. I like the way he ends it. Tell me everything's going to be all right. So obviously he's holding.
Yes.
I think everything personally is going to be all right, but let me tell you what, I'm not a financial advisor, and neither is Tony. So, but I personally think it's going to be all right. But do you see his point, Tony, or is he crazy?
Well, I think Cousin Ryan's looking for a different type of professional advice. Cousin Ryan, we can just imagine he's sitting back on the couch, and when we're psychologists, we're advising Cousin Ryan to, is he's got mental anguish over the price. And I think everyone does, feel like, wow, it looked like we were on this roller coaster, this stairway to heaven. And, what's happened was that we had this incredible exuberance in Thanksgiving. We had the Thanksgiving effect, I'm calling it. Everyone went home and was like, all right, we need to buy this crypto stuff. But no one understood it. It wasn't like people really understood what they were getting into. They just had FOMO. They had fear of missing out. And so I think the adoption curve here has been, jacked around a little bit. Yes, we're going to have a very positive future. Yes, Bitcoin and all cryptocurrencies are going to be a big part of our lives. And yes, today you just can't go out and whip out your phone and use crypto to buy a cup of coffee at Starbucks. It's not here yet. So I think what people really need to do is to recognize, hey, how exciting. We're in on the ground floor. Let's just be patient, and everything's going to be fine.
Well, I have a feeling that, and I don't know this for a fact, but I have a feeling that Cousin Ryan might have maybe bought a Thanksgiving.
Yes. I think, unfortunately, we're hearing from a lot of people who got in. They heard us. We started in September, and then they bought in the teens. If it was in the teens when you bought 13, 14, 15, 16. Today it doesn't look so good. Doesn't look so good at all. It looks like they made a mistake. But people bought back when it was 1,500 back in 2013, and then it dropped down to like 200. I mean, you pointed it out in the last show. I mean, Bitcoin's had worse quarters. It has had tremendously bad quarters, but it's always bounced back.
And I think I was listening to, well, we'll talk about that later too. I was getting ready to mention something else we're going to talk about in a little bit. But so Cousin Ryan, I don't know if we answered your question or not, but I'm still holding on. But then again, it's easier to be more comfortable when you bought and you still have a lot of profit in your price. For instance, I didn't buy it 100, but if you bought it 100, you're not really upset about 6,700. If you bought it 17,000, you're a little worried at 6,700. So that's what I always say. It's according to which side of that arrow you're on there, that line you're on. But if you have a question or a comment or anything, give us a call. We like getting questions at 747-777-9471. So give us a call and let us know what you think. We'll try to play your questions on the show. Tony, we have the conference coming up, BitBlock Boom. We got a new speaker that you're ready to announce. Is that right?
Yes. We just heard last night from Tour de Meester, and he is really one of the most influential crypto people in the space. On a website, he's listed as the number 11 most influential crypto people on the planet.
Well, gosh, we got the panel of crypto or Bitcoin maximalists that we have. This has got to be one of the better panels on that put together. We're still working on our mining panel. So this is turning out to be quite the lineup here. Yes,
it really is. We've got, a really select group of people who have been influential in the space in carrying forward the idea that Bitcoin is the leader and, the original crypto that has really sparked this whole new field of technology. And so we're excited.
So go to bitblockboom.com, and check that out. And you can get tickets there. And if you use the coupon code, Tony, we've been giving them 10% off if they use that coupon code Cousins.
Cousins, yeah.
I say for the rest of this month, let's bump that up to 20%.
Really?
For the fans of the show. Yeah, for the fans of the show. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's news to me, Gary.
I know. I just came up with it, so you're going to have to ride with me here. But let's
for the rest. Reprogram that.
Is that something we can do?
We can do it because we're taping the show and we're releasing it later, so I'll have time to bump it up.
Okay. Well, it won't release till this afternoon. So
yeah. Okay.
But if we can do that, and if you go there and it doesn't give you the 20% yet. Come back a little later. That means Tony's just because he had a busy day and I just surprised him with this. Okay. So if you go there and it only gives you 10%, which it used to do, come back a little later and it'll be done. So sorry to bump that on you, Tony, but I think that we should do the fans of the show a little bit of a special there.
Yeah. If you're listening to the show, then you're not only a cousin, but you're a cousin that's tuned in. And so you're going to get this opportunity. It's not going to be around for a long time because obviously we're going to sell out of tickets at this price range. And so jump on it.
And also, the tickets go up May 1st. So
Yes, they do.
if you take today's price, they go up $100 or something, I think, on May 1st. I can't remember what it is. And then the 20% off, this is the time to get your ticket. So go to bitblockboom.com and check that out. Oh, and I thought that news about the switching topics now, how about that the Bitcoin Twitter handle? That's a pretty crazy story. If you're not familiar with that, Tony, tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it was like Sunday morning in the middle of the night. Somehow the Twitter folks at Twitter Central took away they just retired, I guess, the Bitcoin Twitter handle because it had been taken over by an entity that was trashing Bitcoin.
Bcash.
Yes. And so that got taken away. I guess they had purchased the handle or wrestled it out of someone's hands.
I bet they paid a lot of money for that.
I think they really did. And then, when Bitcoin and the folks at Twitter, they're like, you're not supposed to buy handles. So I think that they frown on that. I don't know what kind of rule they have, but it's definitely frowned upon. And so they released it, and then somehow, I guess it was, 9 a.m. in Turkey or something, and this guy just said, hey, they want to get this Twitter handle called Bitcoin, and he got it. And he's like, hello world. Right? He had like 3 tweets.
Yeah, I don't even think he knew what he had gotten. I mean, or what the story behind it or anything. It's just some guy said, I wonder if I can get this Twitter handle, and he looked up and it was for sale. I guess anyone who knew anything wouldn't even be trying for it because they knew that Bcash owned it.
Right. Exactly. So he had it for a little while, and then the plot thickened, and then it got taken away from him.
Oh, so he lost it too. So does anyone own it now?
I don't know where it is at the moment. I think
that's a crazy story.
Retired. It's a very crazy story.
Yeah, they took it away from Bcash, gave it to this guy. Now they've taken it away from this guy. You're saying?
Yes.
So that was, but really, all I ever saw coming out of it was just how Bcash was Bitcoin and regular Bitcoin was trash. I mean, it was just like a spam site, really. I mean, I don't know, maybe not spam, but it was just, I don't know. I wasn't happy with it myself. I thought there were better ways to do business than just sitting there bad-mouthing your competitor. That's what I felt like it was, just bad-mouthing your competitor.
Well, yeah, I mean, if it's like you go to the Bitcoin Twitter account, you expect it to be about Bitcoin, and it was how Bitcoin was horrible. So it just...
right. It is right. And then we got another article that I saw we were talking about Sunday about all these rich people getting into Bitcoin all of a sudden here within the last week, I guess, or the announcements came within the last week.
Oh, yes.
Like
I got confused, Gary, because I was looking at it. It's back. They gave it back to the bad guys.
Oh, you really?
Yeah. 10 hours ago.
Oh, so Bcash has it back now.
Being returned. Yeah, it's transferred to someone else before being returned.
Oh, my gosh. So they took it away from Bcash. Some other guy in Turkey had it for a day or two, and now Bcash has it back.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. The guy in Turkey must be upset.
Yeah, I think it's a big mess. I think it's a really big mess. I don't know what the guys at Twitter are thinking.
I don't know. That's crazy. Oh, well, there's your Twitter Today story. What about all these rich people getting into crypto?
Well, this is exciting. So George Soros and now the Rockefeller Fund is looking at crypto, and I think it's about time that they are. But I think it's obvious they're going to manipulate the price in a big way. It doesn't take a lot to manipulate a crypto. It takes a lot for the average person, but if you've got a lot of money, you can buy and sell and manipulate the price a lot. We were talking about that the other day. Was it you and I or somebody else? Yeah.
It was you and I. Yeah, that these people who have hundreds of millions of dollars, I mean, you just buy that, sell the heck out of it, sell the heck out of it, and when it drops by enough, you can buy 5 times what you sold.
It's like child's play, actually.
Yeah, if you have enough money. But, I was reading the Mac news this morning, the Kaiser report has on there, he was talking about George Soros. And the article from him about him today is he wouldn't be surprised if Soros attempts to corner the Bitcoin market.
Well, Well, it's going to be tough.
What would happen if he tried to corner that?
He's going to have to pry Bitcoin out of every hodler's hands. And so that's going to be a really tough sell because he's going to have to pay a lot of money. And so the price of Bitcoin is going to go up a lot.
Yeah, that would go a lot if anybody tries to. All you need is one cat like this or one country trying to corner the market on it. And Katie barred at the door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is exciting. So I'm looking forward to that because you and I know not going to get his hands on the hodlers Bitcoin. And so we've done an analysis, right? I mean, there's 21 million, 4 million are lost. So ultimately it's only going to be like 17 million.
A million, Nakatoshi Satomoto or whatever. I can
right.
never.
Satoshi Nakamoto's got the first million.
He's
not selling.
He's not selling. And then I saw there's like 4 million that are hodled.
Mm-hmm.
That they aren't selling no matter what. So that gets it down to around 11 million that are available.
I think a lot of people are hodling. I think it's going to be a tough purchase.
I think it's going to be a very tough purchase too. But I'll have the links to those in the show notes. But today we're talking about a new Crypto Cousins production, 4 Minute Crypto. Have you watched any of these or heard any of these, Tony?
I'm usually not awake when they get produced, but I do watch them, Gary, and you're amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, I watch them later in the day. I tune in for the 4 minutes, and I mean, the production quality is extraordinary. The topics are fast-paced. It's a great way to get a bite of what's happening that morning because you pick a topic, you usually read up on something like the night before or something, and then you talk about a very timely topic in crypto for 4 minutes.
4 minutes or less. That's the deal. I was going to do 5 Minute Crypto, but someone owned it. So I said, I'll do 4 Minute Crypto. Someone already owned that domain name. Yeah, I'm trying to do one every weekday, and you can go to YouTube and subscribe and watch the video if you're a big YouTube fan. The short link for that is just 4minutecrypto.com/YouTube. Or you can listen. It's on iTunes and Google Play. So you can go to 4minutecrypto.com/iTunes or 4minutecrypto.com/play. And those are the spots it's at right now. We'll eventually get it everywhere. It's just a matter of finding time to do everything. But we thought we'd talk about that on the show today and kind of give people an idea of what we're producing here. So why don't we start out by just playing. These shows are 4 minutes. We're going to play 4 episodes today. So why don't we start out with just playing a show right now. This is from April the 9th, and it's about crypto taxes that they're costing. According to Tom Lee, crypto taxes are what are causing the massive sell-off. Is the $25 billion owed in crypto taxes causing massive selling? Next on your 4 Minute Crypto News for April 9th, 2018. Hey guys, welcome back to 4 Minute Crypto for your daily dose of crypto news. Don't forget to subscribe for daily crypto news updates too. Now, Tom Lee, the former chief equity strategist at JP Morgan Chase, is one of the few, if not the only Wall Street analyst who's providing his thoughts and analysis on Bitcoin and the overall state of the cryptocurrency market. Now, with the tax filing deadline approaching, Lee says that cryptocurrency pressure, selling pressure that is rising. In a report he made for CNBC, Lee said he estimates approximately $25 billion, that's right, $25 billion is owed in capital gains taxes for cryptocurrency holders by U.S. households. And that, he said, is even a low estimate. Oh my gosh. Now, as tax day approaches, we could witness massive selling of crypto into U.S. dollars. Going further, Lee believes that selling pressure is also being piled up high by cryptocurrency exchanges. Many exchanges have net income in 2017 of more than $1 billion. And they keep their working capital in Bitcoin and Ethereum instead of U.S. dollars. So, to meet their tax liabilities, exchanges are selling Bitcoin and Ethereum. In late March, the IRS, the Internal Revenue Service, reminded everyone that cryptocurrencies are taxable just like any other transaction of property. The Internal Revenue Service also reminded everyone that steep penalties await anyone who fails to properly file their income taxes. Now, while penalties and interest are awaiting the low-key crypto investors that fail to report their income taxes, those who deal in larger quantities definitely have a lot more on the line to worry about, according to the Internal Revenue Service. Criminal charges could include tax evasion and filing a false return. Now, anyone convicted of tax evasion is subject to a prison term up to 5 years and a fine up to $250,000. But anyone convicted of filing a false return, they're subject to a prison term of 3 years and a fine of the same amount of the $250,000. Now, tax-related selling would certainly add to Bitcoin's tough start in 2018, and it's been a tough one. Yet, Tom Lee and other proponents remain positive. When asked about his previous prediction of Bitcoin's price, the analyst remains positive, and Lee said, "We're still positive," adding that ultimately, we expect Bitcoin to find footing around April 17th, tax day. What do you think? Is the tax man really affecting Bitcoin's price? Let me know what you think. Hey, this episode of 4 Minute Crypto, it was brought to you by BitBlock Boom. That's right, BitBlock Boom. Try saying that 3 times real fast. Take a look at this great new crypto conference. Take a look at this great new crypto conference scheduled for this summer in Dallas, Texas at bitblockboom.com. If you enjoyed today's episode, please visit 4minutecrypto.com for more of our products. I'm Gary Leland. Thanks for watching. This is a CryptoCousins.com production. So what do you think about that? You think there's any chance that that's right, that this was causing the massive sell-off?
Well, I think that it's one of the factors. People point out that there's been a couple of sell-offs in recent days between that and, as you pointed out, we pointed out a couple of weeks ago, the Mt. Gox custodian has been selling hundreds of millions of dollars worth of crypto. So I think that, yes, I think there is an element of that at play.
Well, according to Lee, on the 17th is when he expects it to bottom out, so in 7 more days. So next week's show, it should be bottomed out, according to Lee, because he expects it to bottom out on the 17th.
Well, fantastic. We look forward to that day.
And now we'll go to the next show, which is from April the 5th, and this is about ASRock. Is it pronounced ASRock?
Yeah, I hear people say ASRock.
It's just a weird name, ASRock.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't name my company ASRock. But ASRock is producing mining cards. This is the next show, and we have motherboards that we bought from ASRock.
Yeah, we're big fans of ASRock.
Yeah, they made motherboards just for mining, and now they're producing mining graphic cards just for mining. So we'll go to that. This is from April the 5th. Motherboard maker ASRock plans to sell crypto miners. Next on your 4-Minute Crypto News for April 5th, 2018. Hey guys, welcome back to 4-Minute Crypto for your daily dose of crypto news. And don't forget to subscribe for daily crypto news updates. ASRock is planning to sell 4 graphic cards specifically geared for mining cryptocurrency. The company unveiled its Phantom gaming series last week. It's based on AMD's RX series. Now, an ASRock American employee confirmed that 4 of the new graphic cards are from mining only. Now, the confirmation comes after a screenshot was posted on Twitter late last month that highlighted the planned products. Now, the move signals that ASRock, which released a mining-specific motherboard back in 2013, well, it's looking to capitalize on the demand for graphic cards by cryptocurrency miners. Now, the cryptocurrency mining demand has caused companies like AMD and NVIDIA to see growing sales, even though these companies, AMD and NVIDIA, they have both said that cryptocurrency miners only form a small part of their customer base. Only a small part. I really have a hard time believing that. But according to a report from PC Gamer, the RX 570 series will run AMD's Radeon Software Adrenalin Edition. Now that's a notable detail because just prior to the announcement, AMD updated the driver to better handle the cryptocurrency mining process. Now the confirmation came the same day that Bitmain unveiled a new application-specific integrated circuit, also known as ASIC. This is dedicated to mining cryptos like Ethereum and other eHash-based coins. The Antminer E3, which is expected to ship in July, quickly sold out after the China-based company started accepting pre-orders. Now, today's episode was brought to you by BitBlock Boom. Take a look at this great new crypto conference scheduled for the summer in Dallas, Texas at bitblockboom.com. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe at 4minutecrypto.com. I'm Gary Leland. Thanks for watching. So that's a pretty big turn there for a company now, I think, to be making graphic cards just for mining, seeing how NVIDIA says that they don't do that much business in graphic cards for miners.
Yeah, NVIDIA makes the card chip, and then they can sell it to the other people, and then they can do what they want with it. So, you can take the chip and put it on a card, a big card, a small card, a low-profile card, a card with 2 fans, a card with 3 fans. The individual manufacturers really have their creativity in how they create a card. And if they don't want to put the ports, DVI port, HDMI port, display port, they don't want to put the ports on for graphics to actually come out of the card, but just to use it for mining, they're certainly going to save on components, and they're going to differentiate themselves in the marketplace. The question is whether the marketplace will, buy them up.
Well, I would think this would be good news for gamers.
Yes. They are cheering right now. Mm-hmm.
Then again, all the gaming cards and the mining cards could get bought by the miners. So maybe when you go down Fry's, now there'll be 2 empty aisles, one for mining cards, one for gaming cards, instead of 1 empty aisle.
That's a possibility.
Let's go to today. Now, this show 3 we're playing is from today, April the 10th, and it's about Mark Cuban saying he hates Bitcoin. And he hates Bitcoin a lot, obviously. But let's play that one real quick. Mark Cuban hates Bitcoin. Next on your 4-Minute Crypto News for April 10th, 2018. Hey guys, welcome back to 4-Minute Crypto for your daily dose of crypto news. Don't forget to subscribe for daily crypto news updates while you're here. Now, tech billionaire Mark Cuban, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks basketball team, he hates both gold and Bitcoin. I hate gold. Gold is a religion, Cuban said. I do not see gold as an alternative to currency. Not at all. Let's put it this way. I don't see people in Puerto Rico carrying around big bags of gold trying to save things. I don't see anyone anywhere walking around with big bags of gold, to be honest with you. But Cuban went on to say, both gold and Bitcoin derive their value from supply and demand, but have no inherent value. He said, hate is not a strong enough word to capture his feeling for gold. Hate with extreme prejudice and then add an ounce of hot sauce? That's how the billionaire says he's feeling about gold and Bitcoin. I see gold and Bitcoin as being the same thing, he said. Their value is based off supply and demand. I'd sooner buy a pet rock. Okay? I think I would rather have gold or Bitcoin than a pet rock personally, but Mark, you're welcome to whatever you want. Cuban also added, the good news about Bitcoin is there's a finite supply that'll ever be created. And that's true. There will only be 21 million Bitcoin. And the bad news about gold is that they'll always keep mining more. I agree with that too. They say it's limited, but there seems to be a lot of it. Despite Mark Cuban's bearish stance on Bitcoin, he will allow fans to use Bitcoin to pay for tickets to Dallas Maverick games starting next season. A Mavs fan posted on Twitter, Mark, when will I be able to purchase Mavs tickets with Bitcoin? And he replied, next season. Mark Cuban said, we will accept Bitcoin and Ethereum and possibly some other cryptocurrencies. Cuban, whose net worth reportedly tops $3.7 billion, owns Bitcoin and is invested in the cryptocurrency industry, but warns fans about throwing their money behind speculative investments such as cryptocurrencies. Cuban has been skeptical of Bitcoin because of its erratic price swings, basically seemingly on nothing. It swings like crazy. It's still very much of a gamble, he said. It could go to 15,000 or it could go to 0, or maybe both on the same day. Cuban is right, though. Bitcoin prices are prone to wild, unexpected swings. After scoring an all-time high over 19,000 in December of 2017, Bitcoin prices are now below 7,000 this week. But keep in mind that Bitcoin hovered at just over 1,000 in January of 2017. That's just over a year ago. It was $1,000. Cuban said, if you're a true adventurer and you really want to throw your Hail Mary, you might take 10% and put it into Bitcoin or Ethereum. But if you do that, you've got to pretend you've already lost your money. And that's kind of like what hodling's about, isn't it? You just buy it knowing you're going to hodl it no matter what's going to do. You're just going to stick with it, good or bad. Now, this episode of 4 Minute Crypto was brought to you by BitBlock Boom. Take a look at this great new conference, this crypto conference scheduled for summer in Dallas, Texas, at bitblockboom.com. If you've enjoyed today's episode, please visit 4minutecrypto.com. I'm Gary Leland, and thanks for watching. This is a CryptoCousins.com production. Okay, I can't believe he hates Bitcoin so much that it's even with hot sauce. So not only does he hate it, but add hot sauce to it. That's how much he hates it. And he'd rather have a pet rock than Bitcoin or gold. I'm not following that one at all.
Yeah, I think people like Mark Cuban really understand the value of good PR, and good PR is to get quoted in the marketplace as much as possible. Our cousin John McAfee, he's quoted and requoted by his famous prediction that Bitcoin will be over $1 million by 2020, or else he's threatened to do something bad. And you covered that. That was one of your shows. We could have talked about that.
Yeah, we could have. That was one too.
You did a host show. Yes, exactly. I like the way you discussed it. It was you kept it PG rated.
Well, I'm a PG person, to be honest with you. I'm a PG person. At least
but back to Mark. We love Mark. He's a local boy here in the Dallas Metroplex, but he really knows how to get on the media. So when he says he hates Bitcoin and he hates gold, that quote is going to get repeated many, many times.
But he does have a point there. They've been digging this gold out the ground for like 1,000 years. And they still haven't run out of it. I would imagine they could dig it out the ground for another 1,000. I don't think there's any real shortage of it. It doesn't seem like to me.
Yeah, well, I think that when you're in the gold industry or you're in the diamond industry, your big job is to maintain its scarcity. And you have to work at that in an artificial way. Bitcoin doesn't have to do that. We know there's a scarcity of Bitcoin. We know there will only be 21 million Bitcoin. So.
Well, yeah, I agree. I think, like I said, I think that must be a secondary job there. They must have people on hand just to make sure that no new mines where it's just pouring out come out to ruin the market for them.
Mm-hmm.
But that's our line. That's 3 sample shows from 4 Minute Crypto. And like I said, every day that comes out, like this morning, it came out at like 6 o'clock or 5:30. It's just according to when I get up. So, but they always are out by 8 o'clock in the morning. And like I said, you can subscribe on YouTube or on a podcast. So you can have video or audio. It's just according to how you want to listen to your content. It's the same content either way. So check those out, and I'll have links to those in the show notes also. But we seem to be getting a lot of positive feedback on it. People are, I think because it's quick, quick and sweet. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it kind of keeps you abreast with something going on. I
enjoy it. Well, I enjoy listening to it.
I've done it and watching you. 23 days now, so I'm kind of surprised I made it that long. I didn't know how long I would make it. So since I made it over 3 weeks, I decided to strip out the audio and make it a podcast. Anything else you want to go over, Tony? Because those kind of added up. Our show may not seem like a lot of talking today, but we threw in 12 minutes there of listening.
Well, I think we're going to keep it to just around 30-minute show. I think we did good.
Well, it's 30 minutes of us talking, but if you throw in the 12 minutes of listening.
Yeah. Well, we covered the important news. Look, the folks at Bitcoin on Twitter say there's a GIF here, and it says, I'm back. I'm back.
Oh,
so
we're excited.
They're back.
We're excited.
So the drama continues. They're back.
Hey, I hope everybody enjoyed today's show. Thanks for listening, subscribing. Hey, if you're on iTunes or wherever you're at, YouTube, iTunes, wherever, leave us a positive comment. We appreciate that always.
Don't forget to sign up for our conference in Dallas, Texas. Bitblockboom.com. Today's your day to jump on it. Who knows how long that crazy 20% off discount is going to be in effect.
Yep. And take advantage of that. And do it before the first of the month, before the prices go up on that. And don't forget to give us a call or a comment at 747-777-9471. It's 747-777-9471. It's a lot of sevens. And that's about all I have to say. Tony, you got anything before we get out of here?
That's it. Just take care. And just like our cousin who called in, just chill. Everything's going to be all right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, one more thing. No, I'm out of here. I'm not even going to get anything out. We're long enough. I can have one more thing forever. I'm out of here.
Yes. All right. So
thanks, guys.
Bye, Cousin Ryan.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Crypto Cousins podcast. Please share this podcast with anyone you know that is interested in cryptocurrency. Your friends can subscribe on iTunes at cryptocousins.com/iTunes and on Android at cryptocousins.com/play. If you want to know more about Tony or Gary, just go to tonysakala.com or garyleland.com. Make sure and join us on the next episode, and thanks for listening. The Crypto Cousins podcast and information in the podcast are not intended as investment advice. Cryptocurrencies are risky. Never invest more than you can afford to lose. Always seek professional advice before making any investment. Investing in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies may present tremendous risks. Please understand that you are using any and all information available on or through the Crypto Cousins podcast at your own risk.